All right, so the first one,
First one
we
is We
are
Are. Yep.
John Baptiste. I think
I
that's how
assume
you
you
say
have
his name. Baptiste, Baptist,
I have no clue. I could actually look it up right now. Hold on. It's Batiste. Cool. E is silent.
Batiste. Interesting. Okay.
He probably won't care if we butcher it. It's fine.
No, I'm sure he's
Me
watching
and
this
John, we
right
go way
now.
back, so I wouldn't worry about it. So I did listen to them in order. So this was the very first album I listened to, and it's also the only album that I have extensive notes of before I quit doing that because I was like, I'm not doing this for 10 albums. So
Yeah, that would be a lot.
yeah, so
That's a
I
lot of notes
have
to take.
complete thoughts on every single one of these songs, and then completely scattered and useless thoughts about every single other album. So
Yeah, I have pretty arbitrary rankings of the songs in my notes, and that's really
oh
it.
really? Yeah, in my notes I had a system where I would highlight the song in either like blue, green, yellow, or red, which just meant like really good, good, okay, and bad. I didn't really try super hard. I'll go ahead and say that I gave this album a 6 out of 10 because obviously I went and I ranked them all. So this guy got a 6 out of 10, which is, I feel like the average person would probably say that a 6 out of 10 is bad, but please understand that on my album list, a 6 out of 10 is actually pretty damn good. So, do you want to like try to go down the songs, or do you just want to like pick out songs that stood out, or?
I mean, if we go down the songs, I guarantee you, there's just going to be songs where like I have very little to say.
I mean, if neither of us remember it and neither of us care, we can just skip it. Like that's kind of my thought.
Fair,
Like if one of
fair.
us is like, "Oh shit, this is one of the greatest songs of the year," and the other person is like, "Huh," but then maybe we'll just like, maybe we can like play it, run it back, just to get an idea of how it is. But yeah,
Um, I mean, my overall thoughts on the album first. This is a really, really fun album, I think. Really fun to listen to.
I was
I have
definitely surprised
a.
it got nominated.
You were surprised.
Yeah, because of the genre, I really didn't think that. I mean, it's like kind of
Uh,
gospel, kind of jazz, kind of hip hop, and it just didn't really seem like something that the Academy would have noticed. So that was cool.
too low for the Grammys, the pop Grammys.
Well, the Grammys are usually dominated by R&B, I feel like.
I've been watching a lot of videos about like the Grammys in general. Really interesting history, but neither here nor there.
Really interesting history, none of which matters. So the only interesting thing that ever happened in the Grammys was when Beyonce lost and then Adele like apologized on stage or whatever. That was pretty.
Yeah.
All right, so you were talking about your thoughts on the album. What did you think?
Um, really good. I have this as a 3.5 out of 5 on Music Board.
Okay, basically
I
same.
enjoyed this album quite a bit. It's just really upbeat, fun. There's a lot of different emotions in it. I think anyone could listen to this, like you said.
Yeah, I would agree, like for the most part, but for me personally, I thought that some of the tracks were like complete misses. I don't know about you, but there are a couple of tracks on here that,
Really.
yeah, I would say that this album, more than any of the other albums that were nominated, that I could pick out multiple songs that I really just did not like at all. But there were also a fair amount of songs that I really liked, and I also liked the idea like behind the album. I thought that the theme was cool. It was something that I'd never heard before, but
Hmm, hmm.
like if I was gonna go down, like I guess I'll just start with track one, which
Yeah,
is just the
yeah, we can
self-titled song. But
go down the
God,
list.
I had a lot of notes about the song, none of which are open. Um,
You're very prepared.
yep,
I
I'm gonna
see.
open those right now. Yeah, when I initially listened to the song, I hated it. Like I was not into it at all. I re-listened to it about maybe 2 hours ago, and I found it a little bit better. But
We are, you mean?
yeah, the song.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so I had a really big problem with the chorus. It's all coming back to me now. So basically, the chorus felt super repetitive to me, and the lyrical structure that they went with was like because there's a phrase that they repeat over and over again. I'm gonna look up the lyrics real quick because I can just tell you. Okay, so the chorus is we are the golden ones. We are the chosen ones. We are the chosen ones.
Yeah.
We are the golden. Yeah. Okay. So I had a really big problem with the fact that the phrase is we are the golden ones and we are the chosen ones. It really rubbed me wrong that the structure that he went with to place those was A B B A. It just felt so bad to listen to. Like it just didn't feel right. If he had done like A B, that would have been better. But ideally, I don't think you would have reused it at all. Like you couldn't think of two more things to say. I don't know.
I kind of see what you mean now. Yeah. Mm.
So yeah, I didn't really like the chorus there. Also, the other part of the song that rubbed me that like really didn't hit for me was the bridge. The bridge had three like it was like sound bites slash ad libs, and it used three different like back to back to back instead of just one, and it just felt super clunky and terrible. It was just a feels bad moment. I don't know if you remember that, but I remember I was listening and I was already kind of pissed off at the song because they had already played the chorus like twice at that point, and I was like, all right, let's get this over with. And then the bridge came in, and then they came in with like a generic soundbite, and I was like, okay, cool, this is like the bridge filler, awesome. And then he like came in with another soundbite, and I was like, what are you doing, man? And then he came in with the third soundbite, and I was like, I didn't skip any of the songs. I listened to every single song in its entirety, but I don't want to say this is my least favorite song across all 10 albums, because it's not, but it's definitely up there.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really not a fan.
This is my favorite song on the album.
All right,
actually.
well, you can leave the call right now if you want to. All
It's
right.
that chorus for me. Like, it's just so, it feels so powerful and like inspiring.
All right, well,
Like
I'm not disappointed. We get one song in and we already have polarizing opinions. I don't think I was expecting anything else.
Oh, this is gonna be a good
It's
discussion.
gonna be a fun one, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just a lot of the chorus really I remember it so well. Probably more than anything else on the album, I would say, is that like that just inspiring booming chorus
Yeah, I remember the song really well too.
for different reasons.
Is that about all you have to
All
say
right.
on that?
Yeah, that's it.
Cool, because the next song, "Tell the Truth," was my favorite song from the album.
Okay.
My notes don't tell the story. The notes say, "Very cool," but oh my gosh! I mean, that's not word for word. It says,
Very
"Great
cool.
bop, very cool song overall." Period. All right. But I actually did like the song a lot. This is the one that kind of felt the most like a structured song in my opinion that like on the album, because a lot of it seemed to be like a little bit all over the place. But this song felt like really solid and grounded, and I've probably listened to it at least 6 or 7 times like since. It's definitely my most listened to song in the album. I don't even know if you remember it, but you might recognize it on my list. It was on my list, top 25 list.
I do not remember it fondly.
I see.
It's near like in my kind of like somewhat arbitrary rankings. Like I have them separated into 2 tiers of songs that like I liked, and then songs that I'm probably never gonna listen to again. And Tell the Truth is like at the very bottom of the first tier.
Okay. For me, it was I thought I had it as 20th in my top 25 songs of 2021. I also did not like "Cry," which is the 3rd song. I don't even need my notes for this one, but
I was somewhat more fond of it than Tell the Truth for sure.
I just didn't like the lyrics. I like some of the verses didn't rhyme. Like some of the end phrases just kept on repeating over and over again. And the lyrics felt super basic. So I wasn't a fan. I thought that the song itself was okay, it's just that the lyrics didn't do it for me. The first 2 lines, "Who do you love? Who you gonna love?" Like, okay, you just repeated love. How does it feel? How's it gonna feel? Okay, that's really cool. Um, yeah, down here you have say, fight,
Immigrants.
immigrants. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It just, that kind of just stood out to me.
Mm.
Yeah, and just skipping around a little bit though. The only other song that I had that I gave a red highlight was Mavis, which was the like 20-second interlude. I
Oh
just felt like it
yeah.
didn't have a place in the album. I don't think that the album is actually long enough or substantial enough that it even needed an interlude to begin with. And it already kind
Yeah,
of had one.
I
Like
agree
if
with
you want to
that.
count Movement 11 like as an interlude, I guess that you could. But Mavis just felt like it didn't need to be there at all, so I wasn't a big fan of that.
Movement 11, that's the one that's mostly piano, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I remember liking that a
Oh, I
good bit.
really
I,
like
I
that
just
one,
thought
yeah.
very satisfying, simple song.
How about the boyhood adulthood combination? We got the title combo coming
Those
in the
two
album.
I liked. I liked quite a bit. I think I prefer Boyhood a little bit more though.
I preferred adulthood. I thought that the phrasing was like really cool. Like I really enjoyed the vocals and the lyrical performance in the beginning
Yeah, I think
when the instrumental comes in, and then like the super quiet vocals slips in, and then the vocals are slowly layering on top of each other. I really enjoyed that.
hmm
Let's see, and
yeah, I
then
think just the composition of both is just creative and interesting. They're both fun songs to listen to. What you talking about? I barely remember. I think I listened to that song once.
yeah, what you talking about? I like that song a little bit, because okay, so I guess I was gonna get to this eventually, but I usually like to pay attention to what people or with what artists do specifically with the titles of their songs. And so I noticed like when with the title of what you talking about that the title is obviously super like it's like a run along, and it's a bunch of different words all slurred together. And then when I listened to the song, the way that he was singing the lyrics also felt similarly rushed, and so I appreciated that because it seemed like a consistent theme for the song.
hmm
Now I know that one of these songs was nominated for best record or best single.
Was it
Yes.
actually?
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me take a look. I have
I
the
do
list open
recall that.
here. It is Freedom. Freedom was the song that was nominated.
That makes sense. Freedom was my second favorite song from the album. That one I do also, I remember somewhat
I dug
fondly.
Freedom too. I have that one as green. As for the rest of the songs, I don't really need to talk about the other songs. The ending, the last song, Until, I enjoyed that. It was only a minute long, but I liked that a lot, so gave that one a little smiley face. But the last thing I want to say about this album was that, like I said, I pay attention to titles a lot, like titles of the songs and what the artists are doing, and like I always look for significance. And and I was not a fan of the fact that every single title was in all caps for seemingly no reason, because
Yeah.
I've seen artists put titles in caps for specific reasons, and I've seen artists like put titles in all lowercase like for specific reasons, but
hmm
I just feel like you put them in all caps just to put them in all caps, and that there was no thought behind it. So that kind of bothered me throughout the entire thing, and I actually ended up knocking off a point from it because I thought that it was like deliberately hurting the structure. But
Now that you mention it, it does seem a little odd, I'll say.
I guess the one defense that you can make of it is that since it is like a super energetic like gospel esque album, that like all the titles are kind of like being preached out, like that's the only thing that
Yeah.
I could come up with. But
I think
even
it'd be
then, it's like
really
it's like even then, why is movement 11 capitalized then? Like why is until capitalized? So
I think it'd be really cool if most of it was, lowercase, but then maybe songs like We Are and Freedom were capitalized.
Yeah. It also kind of bothers me that boyhood is 2 words.
Mm.
I don't know if there's some significance to that, but
Boyhood. I mean,
boyhood.
maybe it could be just some kind of reference to a hood, a neighborhood, I suppose.
Why is
You never
adulthood
know.
not space then?
For greater minds than us to ponder.
Yep. There must be for some big brain reason that we're not comprehending, but I mean, I would say this was definitely one of my favorites, or one of the better ones, one of the better albums for me.
I agree. This was quite an enjoyable album.
All right, now I can close out of my notes because I don't have any more
Can't
notes.
say I'll listen to it a lot, but maybe now and then I'll shuffle it.
I would say the songs Tell the Truth, Moving 11, Freedom, and Adulthood I would probably revisit a couple of times, but everything else I'm probably just going to chuck to the side, forget about it.